In the bustling town of New Encanda, where modern skyscrapers cast long shadows over old market streets, two women stood at the centre of a quiet rivalry, Olivia and Emma. Both single mothers, both fiercely devoted to their sons, they shared polite smiles in public but measured their successes against each other in private. Olivia's son, Jamal, was a diligent student with a sharp mind and a kind heart. He spent his evenings helping his mother at their family-run cafe, soaking in her wisdom. Emma's son, Tyson, was charismatic and street-smart, always surrounded by friends, moving through life with an easy charm. Their mothers longed for them to succeed, but an unspoken competition lingered between them. One day, an old-man tech mogul named Mr. Raz announced a rare opportunity, an internship at his prestigious company, promising the winner a head start into a lucrative career. But the path to the internship wasn't easy. The candidates had to complete a citywide scavenger hunt, solving complex riddles and demonstrating not just intelligence, but character. Jamal and Tyson were both selected, and their mothers prepared them in their own ways. Olivia instilled in Jamal the importance of integrity, while Emma, determined that her son would not lose, secretly sought out an old acquaintance, Kieran, a notorious hacker. She promised him a hefty sum if he sabotaged Jamal's progress without leaving a trace. The competition was grueling, testing their resourcefulness at every turn. Jamal and Tyson, despite their differences, found themselves working together at times, navigating the city's challenges. But Jamal had no idea that Kieran was lurking in the digital shadows, intercepting his communications, redirecting clues, and making his journey far more difficult than it should have been. As the final task neared, Tyson had a chance to take an unfair win. Jamal was locked out of the system due to Kieran's interference. But for the first time, Tyson hesitated. He had spent his whole life seeking an edge, chasing victory. But as he watched Jamal struggling against an unseen force, guilt gnawed at him. In that moment, he made a choice. With a few keystrokes, he undid Kieran's sabotage and sent Jamal the final clue. They crossed the finish line together, exhausted but triumphant. Tyson had betrayed his mother's scheme, but for the first time, he felt like he had truly won something. What they didn't know, Mr. Raz was looking for two competent men who can work together to solve difficult tasks. Jamal and Tyson's journey through the competition didn't end at the final clue. They had only scratched the surface of what Mr. Raz had in store for them. As they left the building where they had just completed their final task, the sky darkened and a low hum echoed from speakers hidden throughout the city. "Congratulations, finalists," Mr. Raz's voice crackled through the air. "You've completed your first test. Now for the real challenge." Suddenly, a massive digital map appeared on the nearest screen, flashing in red. The city maze. Solve it or fail. The map pulsed, revealing a network of twisting streets, alleyways, and underground tunnels. Each path was marked by symbols they had seen before in previous tasks, but now they had to make decisions faster than ever, knowing that every second counted. Challenge number 1, the trust dilemma. The first obstacle they encountered was a series of locked doors in the maze. The only way to open the doors was to input a sequence of numbers into the nearby terminals. But the catch? Each terminal displayed a different combination. They could either trust each other and split up to try every possibility, or they could stay together and risk wasting valuable time. Jamal, remembering how Tyson had helped him before, suggested they stick together, but Tyson was hesitant. He'd always trusted himself over anyone else. If they failed, he might miss the chance to secure his own victory. "Jamal, I'm not sure we have time for your trust thing now. I can handle this on my own." Tyson's voice was edged with frustration. Jamal sighed but stepped aside. "Fine, but if you fail, we're both stuck." The pressure was mounting, and as Tyson punched in code after code, Jamal observed quietly. He had seen this side of Tyson before. He was too proud for his own good. But as Tyson punched the last code in frustration, a beeping sound resonated from the terminal. It unlocked. "We did it," Jamal said, surprised. Tyson didn't even look at him. It felt like a small victory, but the tension between them lingered. Challenge 2, the trap of deception. The maze suddenly turned dark, and red lasers crisscrossed the path ahead. A digital voice sounded from the speakers. "One of you must walk through the laser field to activate the next step. The other must stay behind to monitor the system for any sabotage attempts. Tyson, without hesitation, volunteered. "I'll go. You're the brains of this team. I'll handle the physical stuff." But Jamal wasn't sure. Tyson had proven he could handle himself, but was he really the right person for this task? What if something went wrong, and Tyson couldn't get through? Wait. What if we both go? The system could be rigged to stop one of us anyway. Tyson looked at Jamal, narrowing his eyes. "I don't trust you to handle this." Jamal stepped closer, determined. "I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to trust that we have a better shot working together." Tyson hesitated. A flicker of doubt crossed his face. But despite himself, he stepped back. "Fine, let's see what you've got." Together, they navigated the laser field, carefully moving through the grid, relying on Jamal's sharp observations to guide them through the gaps. But when they neared the exit, the lasers intensified, faster, more unpredictable. The pressure was palpable, and Jamal could hear Tyson's breath quickening. Just as it seemed they would fail, Tyson instinctively pulled Jamal out of the way of an approaching laser, taking the brunt of it. The shock jolted Tyson, but they made it through. Jamal caught his breath. "Why did you do that?" Tyson grinned through the pain. "I guess I'm starting to get it." Challenge 3. The Battle of Wits. The final challenge loomed ahead, the Bridge of Truth. A massive digital screen hovered over the entrance to a steel bridge, where they had to answer a set of riddles posed by Mr. Raz. The Bridge of Truth is where your journey ends. Solve the riddles, and you'll reach the final stage. Fail, and you'll be eliminated. Mr. Raz's voice echoed across the maze. Each riddle was harder than the last. Jamal and Tyson's minds worked together as they deciphered the clues, but it was clear that someone or something was throwing them off. Jamal's hands trembled as he reached for the answer to the final riddle, but a surge of interference jumbled the words on the screen. "Kieran," Jamal muttered. "He's messing with the system again." Tyson clenched his fists. "No way. He's not getting away with this." At that moment, they realized that the battle wasn't just about solving the riddles. It was about keeping their composure under pressure and working together to outwit the system that was designed to break them. Jamal quickly bypassed the interference, while Tyson, using his knowledge of systems, found the exact location of Kieran's digital intrusion. They worked seamlessly in sync, Jamal focusing on solving the puzzle while Tyson neutralized the interference. Finally, with seconds to spare, they unlocked the riddle and made it to the final platform. They stood before Mr. Raz, who had watched their entire journey unfold. "You have completed my tests, but this is where the real choice lies." Mr. Raz's voice had shifted, now filled with gravity. "You have proven yourselves capable of working together, but you must now choose. Will you both continue this journey as equals, or will one of you rise above the other to claim victory?" For the first time, Tyson and Jamal faced the ultimate test, not of their skills or wits, but of their integrity and bond. Jamal looked at Tyson, and for a moment, there was no rivalry, no competition, just two people who had learned something vital about each other. Tyson glanced back at Jamal, his hand hovering over the controls. He had always chased victory, but now he saw that perhaps there was more to it than winning. Finally, Tyson made his choice. He pressed the button that would ensure both of them crossed the final threshold together. "We win together," Tyson said quietly. Mr. Raz nodded, a rare smile on his face. Indeed, the true challenge was never about who was the strongest or the smartest. It was about who could stand together when it mattered most. Jamal and Tyson both earned a place in Mr. Raz's company. Their rivalry turned into a partnership. "Let me make this clear," Mr. Raz said, his voice calm yet firm. "Had you not worked together, had you not trusted one another, you would have failed the test long ago. None of you would have progressed, and this opportunity would have slipped away. The trials were not just about knowledge, skill, or even competition. They were about your ability to collaborate and rise above personal ambition." He paused, letting his words sink in. "You have passed, but not because you were the best individually. No, you have passed because you learned to work together, even when it seemed impossible. If either of you had attempted to outpace the other, to go it alone, you would have failed, and you would have lost this chance." Tyson's gaze softened as he processed Mr. Raz's words. For the first time, he truly understood the gravity of their partnership. It wasn't about being the best, it was about being the best together, and this is what the company needed. Jamal nodded slowly, feeling the weight of the words. The tension that had lingered between them seemed to evaporate as they recognized the truth. They hadn't just overcome the challenges, they had found something greater, mutual respect, and the strength to rely on one another while working in partnership with Mr. Raz, and they went on to revolutionize the tech industry together. When the truth about the sabotage came to light, the town was in shock. Mr. Razi, his voice steady but stern, addressed Emma. Success built on deception is failure in disguise. A mother's love should never be corrupted by greed. Emma, her world unraveling, looked at her son. Her hands trembled as she glanced at Tyson, guilt flooding her. "I only wanted to help you," she whispered under her breath, but she knew deep down that love could never justify betrayal. She came to realize with a heavy heart, true success is built on respect, fairness, and the strength to let go of control when necessary. She understood that the best way to support her son was not through underhanded tactics, but by helping him grow on his own terms, empowering him to face challenges with integrity, and standing by him in his victories and defeats. We have come to the end of our story. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate your support. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel. It would make our day. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until then, see you in the next video.